just got off from work. Let's talk about some things. So obviously, I haven't been totally on my phone, because I was working, and with my job, I cannot have my phone. Obviously, a sterile cover at least, because I work in the operating room. So yeah. So anyway, besides that, let's talk about some entertainment shenanigans. Let's go ahead and recap. The Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. All right, so the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. It actually aired on Sunday, and let's say it was boring to me. I mean, some people were here for the reboot, and for me, I personally could care less. I think to sum it all up, when I think of the whole reunion, I first want to say Shamia coming with the mean girl energy, like she's mad at Portia, was kind of weird to me. But we all know Shamia is Shamia, Messy Mia, as Eva called her before on old episodes, because Shamia asked Eva about, does she sleep with Missy Elliott, or does she used to date Missy Elliott or some crazy shit like that. Either way, that's very brazen, right? But you know that question was asked. Secondly, Portia, to me, she looked, her Shamia's outfit was the best, and then Portia was second. But Portia kind of handled, kind of waved her little white flag, I want to say, during the reunion. She didn't really come with a lot of smoke, but the one who had the most smoke is Angela Oakley. She wanted Phaedra to be a part of this whole Charles. She wanted, it was just weird to me. I believe she was sitting there with the mean woman look on her face, looking like a mean Jackson, like giving the whole Janet Jackson, the little tight. But Janet smiles, but when she do smile, she do kind of resemble Janet Jackson as well, and it's because of that nose. But Janet Jackson is also a attractive woman, but Angela Oakley is definitely given Rebe Jackson, one of the older Jackson sisters. But at the reunion, she had all this smoke for Phaedra, which was kind of weird to me, you know, because it was smoke that she created herself from what we hear through the streets, right? Anyway, y'all go ahead and jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that if you've been checking out those episodes. Also, Natalie Nunn, it has been on her little rampage lately, talking about some of the baddies. Um, Now she's talking about the young lady who they call Big Lex, and let's see how Big Lex is going to take this. Big Lex beating up Natalie would look very weird because Big Lex is too big to be. Even though Natalie's chin and shit can handle all of that, like I don't think that would be really fair. That Big Lex to beat Natalie up, that would just look crazy to me. But Natalie was talking shit about Big Legs, and Natalie talks shit about herself, but Rolly says she's not going back to Baddies anymore because Natalie disrespected her to the highest level, like on some diva shit. Like if she would overhear Natalie telling the staff, like, I don't want that fat bitch in my room and all the, shit of that nature. So those are diva moments that Natalie obviously was having, and it got back to Rolly. Either way, Rolly says she's not fucking with Natalie anymore. But address it at the reunion of the Baddies Africa reunion or whatever. Yeah, as they say, clock it, stand on it. But so far, I guess my favorites of the baddies so far is Choco Brown. Initially, I thought she would be my least favorite, but she's actually, you know, my favorite because I feel like she get in the paint. Ivory was my favorite before, but I didn't. Once Ivory linked up with Diamond the Body, I just wasn't fucking with it. you know, Now they have some new girls on the show, Cold Killer and some other, what's the girl, Regan, um, what is her name? She's Shorty, who threw her man out on the freeway in Atlanta. But those girls are small chicks, and they're having to fight girls that's bigger than them. You have Tavi, who is a big, as she calls herself, Joanna. It's so funny because Shawana Man, he was on last night on BET. But yeah, so you have Tavi, Baby, or whatever her name is, nothing baby about this little old faced woman. But some punks, you understand? They took the